The last year has been very severe. All along the southern part of South Australia, we've seen extraordinary dry periods. We've seen, in some places, the driest 12 months on record, in others, the driest for a generation.
We've lived here for, 49 years, and this is the first year I can remember it being so dry.
Dorothy and Derek Smith live about 25 kilometres from Adelaide's CBD, but despite their proximity to the heart of the city, they're running out of water.
We started off by buying 10-litre caskets of water, and we use that for tea, coffee, vegetables, washing dishes, flushing the toilet with it. It's very hard at our age because they're quite heavy to lift, and we have to struggle to get them into the trolley and struggle to get them out the trolley.
The elderly couple's home at Mylor in the Adelaide Hills isn't connected to the mains water supply. A prolonged dry spell has left their rain tanks and dams virtually empty.
We don't shower every day anymore. It's probably about every third day. And the other days we have a bowl of water using Coles water, and we get washed in the bowl of water.
We have seen a declining rainfall trend in southeast Australia, which includes southeast South Australia and Western Victoria, Western Tasmania, southwest WA, and they're all the regions that we're actually seeing currently in drought at the moment.
While 29,000 homes in the Adelaide Hills are connected to mains water, thousands of others in the region and on Fleurieu Peninsula rely on rainfall for their everyday needs.
Where the rainfall was of such good quality, so reliable, there was no need to go onto mains. And of course, it's much cheaper if you can run without mains. You don't have that supply charge that comes through every single quarter. So we've got a setup that really isn't well designed for going into a very prolonged dry period.
Those residents are now waiting weeks for private companies overwhelmed with demand to cart water to them.
You have to put in about at least 4 weeks beforehand to put an order in, and it's gone to almost 6 weeks now.
The state government has organised for more tankers to start deliveries.
We're really pleased that another 6 companies have been licensed through SA Health in the last couple of weeks. That should mean that we see that delay in getting the tank between order and delivery should see that delay really shrink down.
Emergency water collection points have also been set up, but some residents believe they're useless.
It's actually a bit laughable that I don't think they thought it through. I mean, what do they want us to do? Go there with pots and pans to collect water and take it back in our car and hope it doesn't spill out?
For Angela Rees, desperate times call for desperate measures.
So we've had to call on a neighbour 3 blocks up from us, and luckily he's on mains water, and he has offered to give us water if we can get a hose long enough, which that's what we've done. We've gone to the hardware store and purchased multiple hoses, hooked them up, and then we fill up our tank.
The state opposition says the government needs to look at connecting more homes to the main supply.
We are seeing more and more of these droughts that are occurring where people are being caught short of water, and so we need to see what we can do in those regions, see whether we can extend the networks into those high rainfall areas. It's not very far from the networks, but we need to get those networks in there and give people the ability to access water when they need it.
The Water Minister Susan Close isn't making any investment commitments, but acknowledges water shortages could become more common with climate change.
What we're definitely going to have to do in South Australia is have a water security conversation. Because while there's plenty of water available for Adelaide, because we built a very expensive desalination plant, that isn't true for all South Australian communities. That's an important conversation. It's not a quick one. It's not going to solve the problem for the hills immediately. That's emergency supply and that's water carting. But we have to be up for that longer conversation across the state.
Dorothy Smith would love for the government to subsidise her connection to the mains water supply. While South Australia received welcome rainfall last week, much more is needed to break the drought.
Over the last probably couple of weeks, you can see trees actually dying. It's very sad, and for the animals too. All the animals that are here are being affected.
Looking at the rainfall forecasts for autumn, there isn't a strong signal in the climate system for either wet or dry conditions for southeast South Australia and Western Victoria. And knowing that entering these cooler months, there has been a trend towards less rainfall. It's not as bad as it was in 2019 or the Millennium Drought, but it's reasonably up there.